back to my channel. It's Andrea, and it is time once again for the finale for my roulette pan collab project. This is round 8. I previously took part in round 7, and this has been open to, I want to say open to the public for past 5 or 6 rounds. I'm not quite sure, but this started with Rebecca Morgan and Alexy doing it as a 2-person collab, and then once people started seeing what they were doing, they wanted to join in and they made it available for everyone to join in, and now it's this absolutely like humongous project with a ton of people in it. So I will have Rebecca and Alexy's channels linked down below, along with the round 8 playlist. As of the time I'm filming this, they have not decided whether there's going to be a round 9, but I would be very surprised if there was not a round 9 because this project is so popular. But with that being said, I'll just start talking about my products. Again, I have combined the old list of 50 prompts with the new list of 100 prompts, although because I have been hitting my goals on prompts between this round and round 7, the numbers are all skewed, but I had my list set up. The first 100 were, of course, the new list of 100, and then the last 50 were the old list of 50. But as prompts get taken out, the numbers get all mismatched, so my numbers are not going to be your numbers. First is number 49, an item in a pastel shade, and for that I chose my NYX Faux Whites in Mint Cream. I have a swatch of it right here. I'm actually wearing this in my waterline today. My goal was 15 times. I came very close, but not quite. I only used it 12 times, but that's okay. That just means this prompt is going to stay in for the next round, whenever that may be. But I do like it. I especially like it with looks like today, where I'm doing a very purpley look. I think it brings out the green in the liner a little bit better. Otherwise it looks more white. It's harder to see the green if there's not that contrasting color. But 12 out of 15 isn't bad. It's still a passing grade. The next was number 58, Something You're Afraid to Pan. And I picked my e.l.f. loose powder in Soft Luminance. I had a weight goal, but I did mark it just to see how much I used. And so obviously that pink mark is when I introduced it into the project, and this is where we're ending up. I actually rolled this in last month. My goal was to use 1 gram of it. So it started at 55.96 grams. And after using it 23 times, it is at 54.46 grams. So I definitely met my goal with that one. 1.5 grams of product used up, which I was not sure if that was an achievable or attainable goal because I've never really panned a powder like that before, but it's good to kind of have a gauge for things like that. So I know that if I want to finish this powder up in the year, I will have no problems doing so. My next item was 65, an old cult classic, and I picked this travel size Becca First Light priming filter. My goal was to finish it up. This has been in the project for 2 months, and last month I used it 21 times, and this month I used it 8 times to finish it off for a total of 29 times. Now when I started, it was probably down here. This was by no means full, and it still took 29 times to use up. I feel like these travel sized products from Becca are pretty deceptive because it's half an ounce and the full size is 1 ounce, but this looks so much smaller, and I think it's just because this is a plastic tube and the full size are in the glass bottles, which obviously takes up more space. So even though I still would not, I think these are like, it's like $21 for the travel size, and I think I got this in a kit, so I did not pay $21 for this. I don't know that it's worth $21, but you're still getting a good amount of use out of it. So either way, it's a prompt that I did manage to finish. So I'm glad to be getting another primer out of my collection. And this is probably my favorite primer. I do like the backlight primer, but I like this one like just that little bit more. Like, so yeah. I'm like kind of sad it's gone, but I also have a full size, so it's okay that it's gone. Okay, number 73, your favorite nude blush polish or lipstick. I picked this Butter London nail polish in the shade All Hail the Queen. My goal was to use it 10 times, and I rolled this in 2 months ago, or 2 updates ago. I used it 2 times between that update and last update, and only 1 more time in this last month. So I only used this 3 out of 10 times. I'm just, it is a really pretty shade, but it's just not what I want to be wearing right now. So I didn't force myself to do it for the sake of the project. I wore it 3 times, which is 3 times more than I would have worn it, and I'm happy with that. So that prompt will again be staying in for whenever round 9 starts. Number 100, a product out of your comfort zone. I rolled in this lip gloss at my first update. This is the Copacetic Cosmetics lip gloss in the shade Depth. And here's a swatch right here. It's like a blackened dark green, which I cannot wear this on my own. I don't like to wear it on its own. And if I have a photo, I'll insert so you can see why, but it makes me look very like gothy, and it's just not a look that I personally enjoy on myself. But I did enjoy using it, and I'm not wearing it today, but I did enjoy using it to either add like a little extra like darkness, deepness to lipsticks that I wasn't 100% in love with the shade of, whether they were too light, or sometimes like if the lipstick was bright enough, it would just add some shine instead of really darkening it up. So that's how I use this mainly. I use it 24 times, and I really can't, I didn't think to weigh it before I started this project, so I don't know what it was at. I mean, it feels like there's not a lot in there, but this is a really tiny bottle. So I have no idea how many uses this is actually going to take to finish up, but I also know this is going back in my collection and probably not going to be used for a while, because this is just, it's not a product that I would reach for because, as the prompt says, it's definitely out of my comfort zone. Then my last prompt was number 116, an underrated product, and I put in my Ulta Beauty Bake Sculpt and Glow 3-in-1 palette in California Sunlight. I have some swatches right here, the highlighter, the blush, and the bronzer. I know I mentioned this when I rolled it in, but I never ever hear anyone talking about these, and then like, I don't know, a couple of days before that update, I was watching Emily Noel's Emily Awards, and she put this in as a winner of one of her categories, but that's literally like the only time I've ever seen anyone talk about these, and they're really good. So my goal was to use it 15 times. I did use it 15 times. My only complaint, and not even really a complaint, it's more of just a preference. Like, this highlighter, it's really pretty, but it is quite subtle, which is not really my highlighter vibe. But I still do like this palette, like this little face palette, a lot, and I'm glad I got 15 more uses out of it. So that is another prompt that will be leaving my list for next time. So this round, I managed to hit my goals on 11 prompts. round 7, I hit my goal on 15 prompts. So that's 26 prompts gone off of my list of 150, which I think is pretty good, especially considering I've only done 2 rounds. So only, I can't math, but only 10, if I keep this kind of thing up, only 10 more rounds before I finish the list off. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you will check out all the other finales that are going up today, because I know there's going to be a lot of them. And I hope you are staying safe and sane and healthy. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.